Hey guys, it's the beginning of May, so you know what time it is? It's book haul time! So I started off this month wanting to start reading a bunch of sequels. I don't know if you guys have been following my channel for a while, you'll see that I've been buying the first of a lot of series. Maze Runner, Divergent, Mortal Engines, and the list goes on and on and on. And so I wanted to rectify this and start reading sequels and see how authors start moving stories forward in a continuous volume, and I was really interested in that. So I decided to pick up some sequels to books I'd already read, the first of which was Philip Reeve's Predator's Gold. Now this is the sequel to Mortal Engines, and I loved this sequel. I thought it was better than the first one. It was more compact. It was just, Philip Reeve, I think he was learning in the first book how to write and do things, and here I just felt like I was in more confident hands. And I really liked it, and it made me want to read the rest of the series. If you don't remember me talking about the first one, Mortal Engines, this is a series. It's sort of a post-apocalyptic sci-fi novel set in a world where cities are mobile and they eat each other, kind of like that giant spider thing in Wild Wild West. I think kind of like that, yeah. And it's just the strange world of where that exists, and these two characters who are sort of on the run and go to this sort of winter city and learn about how this whole sort of city-eating city world works in the northern parts of the world where it snows and stuff. And yeah, really enjoyed it. I bought that at the same time because I knew I was going to go on a big sequel binge. So I also bought Scarlet, the sequel of Cinder. And so Cinder was this sort of cyberpunk retelling of Cinderella. Scarlet is a continuation of that, adding sort of a sci-fi version of Little Red Riding Hood into the mix as well. And again, I thought this was great. It was so much more action-packed. If you remember my wrap-up on Cinder, I said that it sort of started off really well and then got a bit dull and overloaded and just sort of it kind of dragged a bit in the middle and the end. But Scarlet, I thought, just was constantly moving forward. So much excitement. I really liked all the new characters that were introduced, and it allowed Marissa Meyer to jump between all these different perspectives, so there was always something exciting happening. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to pick up the next one of these. In fact, after I had finished Predator's Gold and I'd started Scarlet, I said to myself, I'm gonna take this sequel thing to the next level, and I'm gonna pick up the third book in the Mortal Engines quartet. So this is Infernal Devices by Philip Reeve. I actually haven't read this one yet, because then I got caught up reading the sequel to Harry Potter, Chamber of Secrets, but now I can't wait to start getting into third novels, so I have this one here ready to go once I start on that. And then what happened, actually, I already started this trend of third novels, actually, because after I finished the second Harry Potter book, I immediately ran out and got The Prisoner of Azkaban, and I love these new covers, and I think this one, The Prisoner of Azkaban, is the best of the new covers. It's just so, I don't know, just so gorgeous, so blue, so much fun. Oh my god. And there's so much going on if you look at it. Like, look, you can see the moon, which is all about like werewolf stuff, and then there's like the stag that he summons as the Patronus, and then even if you look deep there you can see, spoiler alert if you haven't read the third book, you can see sort of Harry being captured by the Dementors there. And yeah, so I've actually gone and read through this as well, so I should be doing the third in my Harry Potter reread series soon. So yeah, pretty neat. But after reading 2 Harry Potter books in a row, I was like, maybe I need to change it up. I've gone too hard on this YA series sequel binge. And what happens to me usually when I read fantasy, I always get sort of a craving for history, because I feel like fantasy really plays with history and thinks about history and is conscious about history in ways that other genres might not be. And so I said, it's time to pick up SPQR, The History of Rome by Mary Beard. And this has been on my radar for a while now, and it's supposed to be great. And a colleague of mine has read it and was telling me all about how you learn about what the Romans ate, how the Romans thought of themselves. Did they see themselves as this epic empire? And just sort of learning about Rome as a city as well. And I don't know, I'm really excited to read it. And yeah, so This is probably what I'm going to read next, a nice hefty history tome. The only thing I'm fearful of is that I always struggle to finish nonfiction. If you guys follow me on Goodreads, you'll see that as my currently reading novel keeps changing, but I've been reading the history of Venice for a long time now. And I will get back to that, but I think this might be an easier popular history, so I'm going to give this one a go, and then maybe that'll give me the momentum to continue with History of Venice. Last but not least, I picked up Log Horizon Volume 1. I ordered it online, and it was kind of a weird book to order, mainly because I jumped on this sort of sequels trend, and so ordering the first in a book in a series wasn't really... By the time I received the book, I was sort of off of that idea. However, Log Horizon, it's another Japanese light novel, which I mentioned one in my last book haul, The Isolator. And I found it really enjoyable and really fascinating and a whole just other genre I'd never experienced before. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick up Log Horizon. I'm going to pick up this other one because I didn't want to read another alien one, which was sort of the first one I read. And so this one's sort of this cool sci-fi fantasy mix where... basically the story is a bunch of people are logged into this online video game, sort of like World of Warcraft, and then they get trapped there, and then they have to live the rest of their lives in this online video game. But it's strange, like I don't even think you die. Like if you die, you just get reborn, like as you do in a video game. So it's sort of like, I don't know, this infinity world or something. I don't know, I haven't actually started it, but it looks really cool. I know that trope of being trapped in a video game is something that comes up in a lot of Japanese fiction, because I know there's one called Sword Art Online, where something happens like that. And I remember playing a video game called Dot Hack when I was a teenager, and something similar like that happened in that game. But yeah, but as with all Japanese light novels, they come with cool color illustrations at the beginning. Pretty neat. And then just even more sort of pictures throughout. I keep feeling like I'm skipping the picture page. There's a picture. So yeah, pictures throughout. So yeah, can't wait to finally get started with this as well. And I think I feel like the cover looks really cool too. Yeah, so can't wait to read this. So guys, that was my April book haul. Let me know if you read any of these books, have any great recommendations for books you think I might like, or just to, say hey. If you like this video, please like it. And if you really like this video, please subscribe. Until next time, happy reading. Bye bye bye. Man, so I'm going on all these sequel binge. Soon it's going to be a 3rd book binge, then it's going to be a 4th book binge, and then it's going to be a 5 book binge. But how many 5th books are there? How many series are there with 5th books? A lot. And I'm far away from getting to them.